Hey everyone, my name is Ruben, but my friends call me Ruby.
Run faster than.
Besides drawing and trying out all these manual arts and crafts, I also always wanted to write. Not just books, but comic books, video games, even movies. But after a lot of years trying to find the medium for my stories, I ended up deciding that writing a novel would be the easiest way to get my stories out there without having to rely on anyone else. Well, easy may be the worst way to describe it. But first, let's catch up. I went to this big show at the Knockdown Center in Queens. I was mostly there for the headliners, but one of the opening bands were this hardcore band from Thailand called Whispers. I didn't really know their music, but I was really into it after seeing them live. I even got this football jersey that they sold. Later on I saw Scowl. They really played a great show. I don't listen to them that often, but their show kind of changed my mind a little bit and I've been listening to it more nowadays. And finally the headliner and basically the reason why I was there, Tsunami from San Jose. They're one of my favorite bands that just appeared in recent years and they've gotten really big really fast, but this show kind of proves why. The show was like the most violent of the night by a mile, but honestly it's just really adequate for their music. It just kind of brings that out in people, I guess. I even got kicked in the hand really hard and I think someone tried to spear me or something, but I'm a short guy. I really need to be close to the pit if I want to see anything. To go in a completely different direction, I went to Carnegie Hall to see a show about Japanese arts. So these really traditional Japanese songs and performances. I didn't film any of the performance because I really didn't want to be disrespectful like that. But here's the ending where everyone is bowing and thanking the crowd and you can really see the masks and it's just beautiful. It was really great and this type of music really appeals to me. It's not my conventional taste of music, but must be because I really like Sekiro or something and I'm really into this type of sound. And then the snow came, a lot of snow. Halb had fun with it, but not really like before. She's already 15 years old. She used to love the snow and we always played in the snow whenever it happened in New York. But these days she will just walk a little faster on the snow. I think that's her way to show me that she's into it, but we won't run around anymore. She just doesn't have the energy. She's an old lady, but she looks pretty good for 15. But going back to the topic at hand. Let's go back 8 years. At this time I was still living in Berlin and my main focus was illustration and animation and I really wanted to take that more seriously. But I always felt that my ideas were too inspired by the people that I admired. But it wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to tell great stories through animation, inspired by shows like Adventure Time and Steven Universe. I wanted to tell compelling but funny stories like Rebecca Sugar and Pen War did. But to be able to tell stories through that medium, I had to have something original that hasn't been done before, and I didn't have that. Until one day, I was at the Pictoplasma conference in Berlin, and I was getting inspired by all these amazing short films that they always show, and something happened. I just had an idea for a story. And later I even went back to rewatch all those short movies to see if they had influenced me or I was copying something, but I couldn't find anything. At least nothing similar to my idea. So I think I just had some sort of creative epiphany that day. The story was just growing in my mind so quickly that I couldn't even focus on the short films that I was watching. So very rudely, in the middle of the screening, I took out my phone, I pulled the brightness down, but I just started writing down all these ideas because I was afraid that I would forget about them. I really didn't want to lose these because I thought I never had anything as original as this to just waltz into my mind before. And after the screening, I just went outside. I didn't even know where I sat, and I just started writing on my phone. I basically wrote throughout the whole conference, just ideas coming from other ideas, and just trying to come up with the bones for this story. After the conference was over, I was hanging out with my friends, and one of my friends who I worked with before is a motion designer, and I kind of told him what I had in mind, and he was really blown away by it, and he told me, "You have to do something with this." And since I was really into animation at the time, there was no doubt that I wanted to do this as an animated mini show or something. But have you ever seen a pipeline for a 10-minute episode of an animated TV show? Here's a flowchart from Owen Dennis, the creator of Infinity Train, on all the steps to do one episode. How was I even gonna do that? And especially at that time, I was already applying for US visa to come and work in the US, so I wasn't gonna really have time to do that at all. I wasn't even part of the industry. My drawing skills were not great, and my frame animation was even worse. And I definitely did not make enough money to pay people to do that, like not at all. So I kind of accepted my fate and decided to put that to the side for now. I would still keep adding ideas that would come to me, but I didn't really sit down and wrote it because I didn't know what to do with it. So I thought maybe I should do something else, you know, something smaller that I could animate by myself, even if it took a couple of months or more. Maybe I could get noticed by animation people, you know, and kind of make my way into the industry. I was already thinking too big, but that was what I wanted to do. So I started thinking of small ideas that I could do, but then everything kind of went off the rails. By the way, at the end of the video, as usual, I will share stuff that I've been into recently. Movies, books, comic books, whatever. If you want to see it, stick around. And while we're at it, maybe like and subscribe. No pressure though, but maybe do it. So I kept thinking of small things I could do, short stories, or even a really short animation. But every time I thought about something, my brain couldn't really help itself, and that thing just started growing and growing. I didn't do it on purpose. My brain just started adding more and more to it until it was something that I kind of thought it was cool and I kind of wanted to do more with it. So I would just keep writing everything down. Stuff that started as a sentence was now in my mind a full book or a full trilogy or even like a longer series of books, just by this one idea that just kind of festered into my brain. The creative part of my brain that tells stories was probably dormant for a lot of years, and it just kind of came alive all of a sudden, and all these things were just like coming out of it. And since I didn't know what to do with them, I just kept writing them down. And then life just got in the way. And I didn't really know what to do with those ideas. My drawings were still bad, my frame animation didn't get any better. I tried to make them as a comic book, but even that was incredibly scary. So I turned to the learning side of it, like how do you even do a comic book? I don't know. I read lots of them, but I never thought about the details. But I just kept getting frustrated. I kind of just wanted to get these ideas out so I can write more, you know, do different stuff. I wanted to finish one so I could start doing the other one, and it wouldn't just be loose ideas on my phone. I really thought they were great, and I thought more people are gonna like this. These were the stories I wanted to read. I just thought these were good stories that I wanted to share with everyone. I learned a lot with all the movies, TV shows, video games, books that I read while growing up, and I know what kind of stories I really like, and I know the kind of stories that don't work. So I feel like I could really do this. I wanted to do all these so bad, but who would even want to do them with me? I didn't really know anyone. And I guess that's when I realized that the solution was right there in front of me this whole time. If I really wanted to put my stories out there, I just had to do what I failed to do from the start. Actually writing them. Not just idea dumps or fractured details. Really sit down and start the story from the beginning. I have this one idea that's only supposed to be one book. So that's where I'm gonna start. I feel like actually sitting down and creating the story may be one of the scariest feelings ever. And I'm pretty sure that's not just me. I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel this way. But I got past my anxieties and I finally sat down to write it. And starting this channel already really helped because I already finished chapter 1. And I guess this is what you can learn from this. It's fine to have lots of ideas and make sure you write everything down. Just don't take all this time to actually start them. Don't wait 8 years to start your first idea. That's just a waste of time. And a waste of your life. I had all these larger than life ideas for my stories, but I never really sat down to just type them. So maybe I can finish this one book. And maybe people will like it and want to read it. But even if they don't, I will be happy that I put it out there and I can sit down and work on the next thing. Because I don't want these stories to kind of die with me. I want to put them out there. I just want to finish something. And hopefully I can continue finishing some things. If you made it this far, welcome to Ruby's Picks. So I finally finished the game Silent Hill 2. I really loved this game when I was growing up, you know, the original version for PS2, but you know, I really wanted to play like this modern remake, and it did not disappoint. Like, the story is amazing, if not better. It's slightly different, but you know, it still maintains the spirit of the game. It's super scary. Like, I was playing it at night with the lights off. If you have a PS5, if you like horror games, I do recommend this one. As for movies, I did rewatch after many years Die Hard 2 and 3. I have just watched Die Hard 1 for Christmas with my wife, you know, because it is a Christmas movie. And I was kind of blown away by how good they were. I thought Die Hard 2 was the best one, but then I watched the third one, which I watched so many times while growing up, and it still holds up. I also saw the Zack Snyder trilogy for DC, you know, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and then Zack Snyder's Justice League. I don't know, I like this version of the Justice League. I like this version of Superman. I don't love Batman. I think Man of Steel is one of the best superhero movies ever made. Unpopular opinion. Yeah, Batman v Superman is kind of boring, but it continues the story. And, you know, Justice League, I just think it's so good. Zack Snyder version, obviously, you know, the design is amazing, like the story is amazing. It's really long, but I like long movies. So yeah, I definitely recommend those. And then as for music, this Portuguese artist released his new album, Zenonexo, I think that's how you pronounce it. His name is Conan Osiris. He's probably my favorite artist from Portugal. His lyrics are in Portuguese, so maybe hard to follow, but the music is awesome. I mean, I wish people would understand the lyrics because they're really, really good. But yeah, if you want, like, give it a listen. He just released this album out of nowhere. It's like 1 hour of amazing music. And then I also read Ultra Mega from James Herron. Both Volume 1 and Volume 2 are super cool. I'm kind of sad that the story ended. I feel like maybe he rushed Volume 2 a little bit, but it was still super, super good. His storytelling is pretty wild, and his drawing is just amazing, his drawing skills. Like, I do recommend, if you like these like exaggerated style comics. It's just amazing, amazing monsters, amazing fight sequences, everything is great. So yeah, let me know if you liked any of these, or maybe you've read or seen any of these, and let me know if you would like me to talk about other stuff. You can also follow me on Instagram, where I will post the work that I do on these videos. And if you like my movie recommendations, please follow me on Letterboxd. I only got it recently, but now I really write reviews for all the movies that I watch. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.